Well, good evening, folks. Welcome back to the farm. I'm just getting some chicken food and some dog food and some cat food, all that stuff getting ready. It's kind of the end of the day. That's where life has devolved to now, is work all day, come home, get the kids fed, bathed, to bed, and then come out and do 2 hours of mad panic because it's already dark. And then try to get as much sleep as you possibly can, knowing full well you're never going to get your 8 hours before 5 o'clock in the morning. It's time to get up and get back at her again. Anyways, it's been really kind of interesting the last couple of days because beginning of the week we started off, I don't know if we quite touched minus 30, but it was doggone close if we didn't. And then within like 12 hours, it flipped up to plus 5. And then 12 hours back the opposite way, went down to minus 10. And then just proceeded to rain at minus 10. So the highways are terrible. We lost about 2.5 feet of snowpack up here on the hill. It's incredible how much snowpack we lost. But then when it hit minus 10, we got some rain, we got some snow, mostly just rain. So some of the wheel ruts that we had as things started to melt, they've kind of solidified and then backfilled again with some fluffy snow. So you kind of take your life in your hand as you're crossing across the yard here. Really what a guy should do is go out with the big tractor and just maybe try and do a little bit of pushing and shoving and level some stuff off. But I don't really know if I got enough hours in the day to be able to do that. So hopefully I'm going to run over to the barn here and feed some cats and feed some chickens and whatnot. And hopefully I don't sprain my ankle, break my leg or something like that. But the struggle is real. Anyways, what I was going to chat about was the International 1086. So we bought this summer at a farm sale. And I don't know if it's tractor of my dreams, but certainly it's got a lot of the stuff that we want. It's got a front end loader. It's got a cab. Everything works inside of it. All the lights, the brakes, the heater, the air conditioner, all that stuff works, right? But there's another critical piece that, there's two real critical things that we didn't get on this tractor. One of them is front wheel assist. Now, I can live without front wheel assist if the diff lock works. Now, the other day when I was backing out from beside the barn after I fed a bale, I was backing up, and then I realized I wasn't backing up anymore. I was just kind of sitting there spinning. So I put my foot down on the old diff lock switch, which is just over here, kind of in the center of the floor on this International. It's right here. You just depress that, just like a dimmer switch in an old pickup. Now, where does that go? So that is a legitimate electrical switch, and it runs down kind of right off the side between the back wheel here and by the right brake. Tough spot to see. Anyways, that's your diff lock right there. So you can see this right here is where your wire comes down, goes into your solenoid, and then this kind of all runs off your hydraulics, and then it's supposed to just, a shaft goes in and locks everything in. Anyways, that shaft is not, there's no penetration. It's not making its way in. So what I'm reading online is that can screw up. That valve can get sticky. That line, because it doesn't get used and there's no oil flow through it, it's just pressurized and then depressurized and pressurized and depressurized. So the oil that's in there never gets circulated or flowed through or anything like that. Never gets back to the filters. That can gum up. So what I'm going to do this weekend is I'm going to crack those hydraulic lines off of there. Well, I'll fire up the tractor, I'll crack the hydraulic lines, and then I'm just going to reach in and push that little electric button and hopefully just kind of purge a little bit of oil through the system without maybe hitting the ceiling. That would be great. But anyways, I don't know if anybody else that watches our videos has one of these 1086s or maybe a 986, something similar, kind of configured the same, that also has diff lock issues. And if you did, what did you do about it? I'd be really interested to know if what I've read on the internet is actual factual or if it's just allegory. Because you look on YouTube, unfortunately, there's not a lot of information out there specifically for this problem. If it was a Kubota, there's all kinds of videos about that, but wrong color of orange, red, orange. It's red, but it's kind of orange because of the sun. But anyways, yeah, there's just not enough information on these things, on the breakdowns that can occur, that I can really use in this case. And so the other question I have is that when you depress this switch, should a light come on in the dash just to indicate either A, that the switch has been depressed, or B, that after the switch is depressed, that the diff lock is engaged. Like, I always like looking up in here for something to tell me that, hey, what you desire to happen is happening, or we're attempting to make it happen, but maybe it's not happening. But it's like there should be some relay, kind of some message that says you put an input in and there's an output that's attempting to occur. Whether this actually works or not down here is like, that's not the relevant point. Like, should this light up and say yes, it's working, or should it not? That's another piece of information I can't seem to find on the internet. So I'd be really interested to know that. Anyways, that's probably enough wondering and not enough doing. I'll come back and tackle that this weekend, I think, and I got a spare hour or so. I crack some lines and just do a bit of troubleshooting. But for now, I got to run some grab out some chickens, some cats, some dogs, and then probably fix up a cup of tea and head for the hay. So I'm going to let you go for now. Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.